Everybody, welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live. Not each and every Thursday, bi-weekly we have? No, bi-monthly. No, bi-weekly. That's every 2 weeks. That's how I used to get paid bi-weekly, which really, that's okay. I would imagine getting paid monthly. That's a disaster. But welcome to the All 78's show. That's what I'm calling it, at least right now, until I run out of 78's to play. I will eventually do that. But welcome to the June 20th, 2024 All 78's show. We're here from 1 p.m. Eastern Time till about 3:30. Got some cool records to play, cool 78's. Again, we're going to, we play the music chronologically here on a Thursday afternoon. And this instrumental by saxman Charlie Little Jazz Ferguson and his orchestra, that one there on Bess Berman's Apollo record label. He is a jazz and rhythm and blues band leader, played tenor and baritone sax in the late 1940s and early 1950s, performed with Arnett Cobb and Jimmy Liggins. He recorded under his own name and backed up other artists, including the Five Royales mainly, but they had a bunch of Apollo releases. This one from April of 1953. It's Charlie Little Jazz Ferguson and his orchestra on Apollo, song called Beanhead. Sometimes Johnny G can be a beanhead, but dealing with these copyright police and whatnot. Yesterday's show went okay. The chat was up early. I expect the same thing for this show, although maybe we'll close with a hit, but that shouldn't be an issue. But anyway, so like I said, we're going to open up with an up-tempo here, then we're going to play records by year, Now you're going to hear some mid 1940s records. I don't have that many. I have a few, but we'll get into the later 50s. Also, I know many of you like the later 50s, but we're going to hear some early sides because a lot of people do like those early sides. But let's open up here the vocal portion with a flip side from a couple weeks ago. This group from Springfield, Massachusetts, they were called the Mint Juleps. I think it was Paul Michel. You liked the other side of this 45. I featured Bells of Love, which was the ballad, a great ballad. The flip side is a swinging up-tempo. From June of 56, these are the Mint Juleps on the Herald record banner, Al Silver's Herald Records. The flip side of Bells of Love. It's called Vip, Vip a Dip, the Mint Juleps.
Listen to my heart beat a crazy beat. Listen to my heart beat a crazy beat. 'Cause you're so pretty, ooh-wee. She got dreamy eyes, dancing feet. Boy, dig that girl, tell me ain't she sweet? She makes my heart goes bip, baby-doo-wah. My head is spinning, going around and around. My head is spinning, going around and around. You got my mind going upside down. She got candy curls, the string of pearls, wavy hair, what's my girl? She got my heart going baby-doo-wah. Can't you hear my heart beat a crazy beat? Can't you hear my heart beat a crazy beat? 'Cause you're so pretty, ooh-wee. She got candy curl, a string of pearl, wavy hair, but that girl's no square. She got to my heart going dip, baby-doo-wah.
Yeah, that is a swinging tune to open up the vocal portion there, the Mint Juleps. Mint Juleps from June 1956 on Al Silver's Herald Records. Vip a Dip is the name of the tune in 1958. After a couple of group member changes, they recorded as the Dreamtones on Marty Kugel's Click Records, and also other releases. What is that? Astra, I think, if I'm recalling that correctly. But anyway, Johnny G's your disc jockey here. I am your host for this afternoon. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is the second show this week. Joe Shakatana reminded me yesterday that next in 2 weeks on this day it will be the 4th of July. So I'm contemplating if I should do the show that day. So you let me know what you think, if you're going to be around or if you're not going to be around. It's going to be in the afternoon because I can move it to that Friday if you like, because maybe you're doing something with your family. So maybe that if you like to watch the show live, or it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't really make a difference to me, but sometimes I know families get together on the 4th of July. So let me know what you think. It'll be better because if I know many of you like to watch the show live. I'm telling you, when they blocked out the Soul Show, not this week's but last week's, people were like kind of lost because they weren't used to listening to me just on the audio. It was like something was missing. So I know many of you like that. So, but anyway, think about it and let me know. Let's continue here as we count down the music chronologically here on the 78's show, as we do on Saturday evenings. And let's go to 1939 for this recording. This song written by Jack Lawrence. when he presented this song to his friends, they hated it. They gave him a negative reaction. They say, that's not going to be a hit. But in reality, this recording became the 10th best-selling single of all time, with over 19 million copies sold, making it one of the fewer than 40 all-time songs to have sold 10 million or more physical copies worldwide. And here are the ink spots here. The ink spots, it features the lead of Bill Kenny along with Orville Hoppy Jones. He'll come in with the talking point here. I'm sure many of you know this song. I don't think I should get a copyright issue with this, so I hope not. Let's go to February 1939 for Bill Kenny and the Ink Spots on the Decca record label. It's called If I Didn't Care.
If I didn't care more than words can say, if I didn't care, would I feel this way? If this isn't love, then why do I thrill? And what makes my head go round and round while my heart stands still? If I didn't care, would it be the same? Would my every prayer begin and end with just your name? And would I be sure that this is love beyond compare? Would all this be true if I didn't care for you?
If I didn't care, honey child, more than words can say. If I didn't care, would I feel this way? Darling, if this isn't love, then why do I thrill so much? And what is it that makes my head go round and round while my heart just stands still so much?
If I didn't care, would it be the same? Would my every prayer begin and end with just your name? And would I be sure that this is love beyond compare? Would all this be true if I didn't care for you?
Hey, there you go, hiss and all. That's the sound of the Ink Spots. Bill Kenny and the Ink Spots, February 1939. That's on the Decca record label. That is the true first press of that 78 on the blue Decca. If I Didn't Care is the name of the tune. That is Decca 2286. And this record came out, I can't tell you how many times this record came out, but lots of EPs and LPs, and I think, Steve, you mentioned 10-inch. Yeah, Steve Yeager mentioned 10-inch, but this record came out Again, I featured this from February 39. August 1946 came out on Decca 23632. Then they put it out again in September of 52 on Decca 11050. And then I think even in the 1970s it came out on the MCA record label for whatever specific reasons. But those presses, many different label variations, of course, through the years. But that is the original Decca 78, If I Didn't Care. Johnny G does care here on a Thursday. These cool 78s. Many of you enjoy the 78 show. Well, maybe not so many with the early size, but we're just going to play a few of these here. But let's go to January 1944 for this next 78, at least with the original press that came out on this. This group known as, the Five Red Caps, according to Marv Goldberg, 3 groups had a hand in the formation of the Red Caps: the original Basin Street Boys, the Floor Blackbirds, and the Five Jones Boys. Okay, and I think for the first group was known as the Four Toppers, which morphed into the Red Caps. And in July 1943, they signed with Joe Davis, who owned the Beacon label at the time, and they signed a contract with him, and they became the Five Red Caps after the Four Toppers. But this single, first issued on Beacon in January of 44, then in early 1945, he renamed the label in his own honor to Joe Davis Records, which is how I have it. I think I have it on Beacon also, and on another label too. I forget what it starts with a G, I think. Gannett, maybe? I think I have it down here in my notes. But this is but this was a big hit for the group. Let's go to, originally January 44, the Five Red Caps on Joe Davis Records. Now these records, these 78s do not play well. We'll talk about it after, so you got to excuse the sound. But that's, unfortunately, with these other record companies, not the majors, is how the records sound. These are the Five Red Caps on Joe Davis label, which is what I have it on. It's called I Learned a Lesson I'll Never Forget, the Five Red Caps.
I was a fool who would follow no rules, playing the game my own way. I thought romance just a song and a dance, but today I can truthfully I learned a lesson I'll never forget. Heaven help me if I do. How well I realize I lost a prize the day I told you I was through. Yes, I'm confessing I've lived to regret that I spurned a love tried and true. I learned a lesson I'll never forget when I turned my back on you. You see, honey, I learned a lesson I'll never forget. Heaven help me if I do. How well I realize that I lost a precious prize The day that I told you that I was through. I learned a lesson I'll never forget when I turned my back on you.
Yeah, wow, there you go. The Five Redcaps, January 1944, originally with that. I featured it on the Joe Davis record label. I Learned a Lesson I'll Never Forget is the name of the tune, and as it was issued 4 times, first on the Beacon label, Beacon 7120 in January 44, Gannett, as I saw Big Dave mention in the chat room there. Also the same number. I don't know what Joe Davis was doing. He was creating all these other labels. That was also 7120 in September of 44. And then the way I have it on Joe Davis, 7120 in 1945. And then I think when he was with MGM, MGM also put it out in December of 48 on MGM 10330. Then I think when the group went to Mercury, they re-recorded it in November of 48 as Steve Gibson and the Redcaps. But what I want to say about these old 78s is a lot of these early 78s, the physical quality, especially with the Joe Davis ones and other similar independent labels, the physical quality of the records tends to be very poor, and that's at best, we can say. But that's because there was a problem with the shellac. The shellac is the binding material used in the production of these 78 RPM records, and it comes from an insect that lives in Southeast Asia. And at the time when these early recordings, there was plenty of it in many of the record companies' warehouses. Well, I should say at least the majors. But the government only let these companies use a measure amount at the time because so they're like, well, what are we going to do? We can't press up the records. So what they were doing is they were buying up old records and recycling them. And sadly, when you do that, the records that are from recycled vinyl do not have the same fidelity or durability as something that was regularly done under the normal process. So during World War II and post-war years, the regrinding and filler used by labels like Manor and King and Southern and others made for very poor sounding recordings, and that's unfortunately the way it is. I think Darren said he can clean it up with with artificial intelligence or programs out there. You can try to clean. I'm sure they did that to put these things out on CD. But for the true smaller record companies, it wasn't going to work. They needed to press up the records, but the majors, some of the majors refused, like MGM and RCA. They still continue to press up their records. They sound pretty good from this time period, but they had the better quality 78s. But it's unfortunate with a lot of these records. Even one of the other ones, I was going to play one by the A side of a Dixie Airs that's coming up, but it sounds horrible, not to mention that it wasn't really taken care of great. So you got like 2 things going wrong with it. But this is not in bad shape, this record, but of course it sounds so terrible because of that vinyl. And same thing for 45s too, by the way. Why you get that terrible sound on some of the 45s, it just recycled vinyl. Anyway, as I babble on here, but let's continue here, and let's move to 1947. Although this group originated back in 1935 at Langston University in Oklahoma, they transferred to Dillard University in New Orleans, but they left college to perform. They did radio shows live, and they did their own recordings. Also, they performed them live, as I mentioned. They began recording for Decca Records in 1940, but then they signed with RCA in 1947. They had 17 releases. on RCA through early 1953. Let's give a listen to their ninth. And if you like tempo changes, this is a song that changes the tempo midway through. So let's go to December 1947 for the Delta Rhythm Boys. The Delta Rhythm Boys on the RCA record label. The song is called Little Small Town Girl, parentheses, with a big town, which I can't read my writing there, with a big town, with big town dreams. Here you go. The Delta Rhythm Boys.
Little small town girl with the big town dreams, why don't you stay where you are? Little small town girl with the big town schemes, you needn't reach for a star. Each little dream that you're looking for, you'll find in the arms of the boy next door. Little small town girl, all your big town dreams will come true in your own hometown.
Little small town girl with the big town dream. Say, baby, why don't you stay where you are?
You'll be wise if you stay at home.
Little small town girl with the big town scheme. Remember, baby, don't reach for a star.
You'll be much better off by far. Each little dream that you're looking for, you'll find in the arms of the boy next door.
Little small town girl, all your big town dreams will come true in your own hometown.
If you wander away, you'll regret it someday. So remember, there's no place like home, sweet home.
Those are the Delta Rhythm Boys. Delta Rhythm Boys from December 1947. That's on the RCA record label. That's their ninth release for the RCA label. Little Small Town Girl, parentheses, with the Big Town Dreams is the name of the tune. I found both this one and this next 78 in the garbage. Where is, and I'm serious, I'm not talking, Evan Blatt says he used to find a lot of his 45s in the garbages of Philadelphia. Okay, well, I definitely found these. People threw these out. And of course, they're not in the greatest shape, but sometimes, just because a 78 looks trash doesn't mean that it's not going to play well. But that's why I want to really have nice sounding records, but sometimes these early records don't. Now, this one here is not so, it's not that it's in bad shape, but you can tell when you look at the 78 about the recycled vinyl, because it looks like it's got like little specks in it. Is not nice and smooth like a lot of those MGMs, etc. So you can just tell. But this is an example, as I say, of poor vinyl quality. This is on the Coleman label out of Newark, New Jersey. The group is named after a brand of batteries. Are they still in existence? Rayovac batteries? Are they still around? But these are the Rayovacs. Now, Herman Lubinsky, he was the owner of Savoy Records. He found out about this song, and he put out a version right away by the X-Rays, which I played. It might have been last month or whatever, on one of the 78 shows by the X-Rays, which actually became the bigger hit of this tune. But this is the original. It features Harry Lester on lead. Let's go to December of 1948 for the Rayovacs. The Rayovacs on the Coleman record label. It's called I'll Always Be in Love with You. This is Harry Lester on lead, the Rayovacs. And listen to the hiss on this.
Sweetheart, if you should stay a million miles away, but I'll always be in love with you. Although you find more bliss in someone else's kiss, well, I'll always be in love with you. I can't do anymore. Yes, that I've tried so hard to please you, and now I thank you for so tender memories. Well, I wish you happiness, but for me, sweetheart, I guess, well, I'll always be in love with you. Anymore. Yes, that I've tried so hard to please, and now I thank you for so tender memories. Well, I wish you happiness, but for me, sweetheart, I guess, well, I'll always be in love with you. In love with you.
There you go. Unfortunately, that's the way these things sound. It's not good, really. I think the Rayovacs also are a self-contained group. I forgot to put down with each member played an instrument here, but that is December of 1948. That's on the Coleman record label. Those are the Rayovacs. And actually, let's see what I wrote here. And again, here's an interesting thing I noticed about this 78. I know some of you may own a copy of this. If you do, check your copy. There's a caption called Vocal with Orchestra. Mine is on the left side. I see that there are copies that have it on the right side. I guess maybe those presses play better. I don't know. But I saw that I saw a term on the other side of the record, like on the opposite side. It says stop time rhythm. And I'm like, what is stop time rhythm? So I looked it up. I had to look this up. It's defined as a musical device that creates the illusion of music stopping or suspending its forward flow while remaining in rhythmic unison. And it can involve the rhythm section stopping for a beat or more within a measure, usually during a chorus, while the soloist continues playing. So I just thought that was odd. I never saw that before on a label, but I thought that was pretty interesting anyway, as I babble on. Thank you, Big Dave, for showing Johnny G in his store. That is cool. That is really cool there. Big Dave Swinger posted Johnny G live on the about he's in his record store there. I'm going to get the name of that in a minute. But let us continue here in 1948 as we stay there, where the lead singer of this group was born January 15th of 1910 in South Carolina. His name, Caleb Nathaniel Ginyard. And he formed the Royal Harmony Singers back in 1936, but this group would then record as the Jubilaires, I think in 1941, recording for Decca and King. Then in 1948, they changed their name again to the Dixieres. This group included Joseph Floyd, Thomas Hines, Jimmy Smith, and I mentioned the lead singer there, Caleb Ginyard. And you might know that name because he was also a member of the Dewdroppers. Now, this is on Ivan Ballin's Gotham record label out of Philadelphia. I was going to play the A-side, which is supposedly a well-known song called Go Long. I thought it was like, hey, go long on the football throw here. But it just sounds horrible. You thought that Coleman 78 sounded bad. It's even worse than that. So I decided to play the flip side, which isn't bad either. Both sides of this 78, we'll call it, was written by Rudy Toombs. Let's go to September of 1948. Give a listen to the Dixie Airs. The Dixie Airs on the Gotham label. It's called Long, Lean, and Lanky. The Dixie Airs.
You can talk about the short and stout. You can have the fat papa you've been talking about. Let me tell you about a guy from Bam. He's a mighty hungry man. What else? Find him on the avenue. Dig this cat, I'm telling you. He's 7'2" with a size 12 shoe. Boy, he's long, lean, and lanky. Now watch that cat, how he cuts the rug, jumping like a jitterbug. He's loaded with pep, don't miss a step. Boy, he's long, lean, and lanky. Hey, baby's not like Mr. 5x5. No, that cat's a killer, just in as he is small. Back he's got no whip at all the chicks join in at his command. Put the hearts right in his hand. You hear them all crying, my, what a man. And he's long, lean, and lanky. Not like Mr. 555, just in as he is small. Doodly 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 la dee. Boo up, bop, bip bop, boo up, bop, bip bop, la doo day, long, lean and lanky.
Big Dave, you may be right. The flip side may have been played with a bad needle because this side really it's not in the greatest shape. But listen, beggars can't be choosy, really. But there you go. The Dixie Airs there. Dixie Airs from September 1948. It's on Ivan Ballin's Gotham Records out of Philadelphia. Long, lean, and lanky is what Johnny G wishes my body type was, but unfortunately it was not. And we got to say that the Big Dave Swinger he has a cool video up there of his Better Days record shop with Johnny G playing in the background there. That is very cool, Big Dave. Thanks for posting that. Have it up on my Facebook wall so you can check it out. But let's continue here. And we move into 1949. The interesting thing was, I don't know what I have on a 78, but I was going through one of the boxes. I was surprised to have this one in the box. It's the debut single for Esther Mae Jones. She was born in Galveston, Texas on December 23rd of 1935. Then she was relocated with her family to Houston, and band leader Johnny Otis heard her singing in a talent show at the Largo Theater in Los Angeles. And in 1949, Otis did a session for Modern Records. There were 2 instrumentals at that session and 2 vocals with Esther Jones doing the vocals there. And she presented this a powerful, controlled voice, something that you would never expect from a gal that was a couple months shy of her 14th birthday. So she wasn't even 14 years old yet when she recorded this. And this was her debut single, which was first issued with the wrong title. When they put this out on Modern, they messed it up. They called it I Got a Gal, and that's how I have it, which is interesting. Then about a month later, they finally realized it, and it came out as I Got a Guy. But it wasn't until, I think, January 1950 that Herman Lubinsky, when Johnny Otis went over to Savoy Records, when he decided to call her Little Esther. But this is her debut single as Esther Jones. It's with Johnny Otis and the orchestra from November 49. Esther Jones, a.k.a. Little Esther on Modern. It's called I Got a Guy.
I've got a guy that treats me like I'm dead. Yes, I've got a guy who treats me like I'm dead. He makes me feel so useless. Every time my heart beats, it hurts. Tell me, Daddy, why you salty on me? Tell me, Daddy, why you salty on me? When my other man comes around, everything's groovy as it can be. Good loving, you say I beat you out. When you can't get my loving, you sit around and pout. I ain't the gal for you. Better find a different kind. Find you a fortune teller who can tell you what's on your mind. Find you a fortune teller who can tell you what's on your mind.
Wow, she wasn't even 14 years old yet when she recorded that. There you go. Esther Jones, aka Little Esther, there, November 1949. That's her debut single on the Modern record label. It was called I Got a Gal. That was a mistake. They had to change it to I Got a Guy is the name of the tune. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Thank you all for tuning into the program. If you like what you hear, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell to get notifications when Johnny G goes live. I play original 78's on a Thursday afternoon, and we are counting down the music chronologically here. We are in the year, got one more out of the year 1949. I don't know anything though about this group. They're called the Four Chords, C-H-O-R-D-S, the Four Chords. It appears to be their only release, came out on Morty Shad's Sittin' In With label. Now, the song covered by oh so many artists through the years. Now, the music written by Lionel Newman, words written by Dorsey's Cochran. Now, this song first done, I think Ida Lupino did the song first, back in 1948 for the film Roadhouse, but lots of big names in the pop field and the R&B field recorded this. Vic Damone, Doris Day, Vera Lynn, Mel Torme, and many vocal groups. Some that come to mind, the Universals on Mark X, the Concords on RCA, the Dimensions did it on Coral. So many groups recorded this record. But let's give a spin to this version by the Four Chords from April 49. The Four Chords on Sittin' In With, their rendition of the tune, Again.
Say again, this couldn't happen again. This is that once in a lifetime. This is the thrill divine. What's more, this never happened before. Though I have prayed for a lifetime that such as you could suddenly be mine, mine to hold as I'm holding you now, and yet never so dear, mine to have when the now and the here disappear. What matters, dear, for when this doesn't happen again, we'll have this moment forever, but never, never again. This doesn't happen again. We'll have this moment forever, but never, never again. No, never, never again.
from April 49. Those are the four chords. Four chords on the Sittin' In With. That's Morty Shad's Sittin' In With record label. Again, their rendition of the tune. Again, so many people, groups, and artists have recorded that tune. Let us continue here. We move into 1950 now with one of the first major blues and jazz guitarists. Supposedly, he was born February 8th, 1899. I think he passed away in 1970. He was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. His real name, Alonzo Johnson, but he recorded as Lonnie Johnson, began recording the blues back in 1925, but he entered a contest at the Booker T. Washington Theater in St. Louis, Missouri, and won first prize, which was a recording contract with OK Records. Now, between 1925 and 1932, he had about 130 recordings for the OK record label, but he would sign with Decca, in late 1939 for some releases, and move over to another big company, RCA Records, actually their subsidiary, Bluebird label, in late 39. But in 48 he signed with Sid Nathan's King record label. This was his 11th release for the King label, a song he wrote. Let's give a listen to Lonnie Johnson on the King record label from December 1950. Interesting title. It's called When I'm Gone. Did I type that right? It's called, I didn't type that right, Charlene. I got a typo. When I'm Gone, parentheses, Who Will It Be? Lonnie Johnson.
After I'm gone, will my love linger on, or will it be somebody else? When I'm gone, if you should ever go before I do, there's nothing on earth could ever change my love for you. My love for you, it will always be. Though you will live only in my memory, but when I'm gone, who will it be? Someone else, or will it still be me? When I'm gone, who will it be? Someone else, or will it still be me?
I like that song. I really do. That's a cool tune, I gotta say there. And not a lot of instrumentation there, but that is Lonnie Johnson. Lonnie Johnson on Sid Nathan's King record label from December of 1950, a song he wrote, When I'm Gone, parentheses, who will it be? Yes, who will it be? We need other record collectors to fill in as we move on in our lives here. So we don't like to think about that. But anyway, so I hope you're digging on the cool tunes here for this afternoon. Johnny G here. We're here till about 3:30, maybe a little longer. We're going to get through about 33 78's here. But we are in the year 1950. Now, Columbia Records put out the first release by the Ravens in November of 1950, and bass singer Jimmy Ricks at the same time, I guess we can call it was moonlighting. He recorded with Benny Goodman and his sextet. Now this 78 released the same week as the Ravens. I think the size by the Ravens were Time Takes Care of Everything, backed with Don't Look Now. But on this 78, the top billing, of course, would go to the Benny Goodman as his sextet. Now, Goodman, he played, and they mentioned this on the label too, by the way, played clarinet. Now, Teddy Wilson is on piano, Terry Snyder on drums, Terry Gibbs on the vibes, Johnny Smith on guitar, Bob Carter on the bass, and the vocalist here, they just say is Ricky, and that of course is Jimmy Ricks. He was also called Ricky. There is a female voice that comes in later toward the end of the record. That is Nancy Reed. Nancy Reed comes in toward the end here. So let's go to November of 1950. Spence sold me this 78. Give a listen to Ricky, aka Jimmy Ricks, on the Columbia record label. It's called Oh Babe.
First you say hello, then you get mellow. Mustn't be lazy, gotta be crazy. Once you get started, here's what happened to you. Well, you shake it and you break it and you, oh babe, you rub it and you stomp it and you, oh babe, sing it and you sing it and you, oh babe, you hop it and you pop it and you, oh babe. The world turns upside down when you holler, oh babe. Well, you boogie and you woogie and you, oh babe, you hustle and you tussle and you, oh babe, you wiggle and you giggle and you, oh babe, you shuffle and you scuffle and you, oh babe. The world turns upside down when you holler, oh babe.
Oh, you're romping and you're stomping and you, oh, you're singing and you're singing and you, oh, you're hopping and you're popping and you, the world turns upside down when you holler, oh, baby. Shake it and you break it and you, oh babe. You're romping and you're stomping and you, oh babe. You're singing and you sing it and you, oh babe. Oh, you're hopping and you're popping and you, oh babe. The world turns upside down when you holler, oh babe. When you holler, oh babe.
go. That is Ricky, a.k.a. the Jimmy Ricks there. That's with that's with Benny Goodman and his sextet. That's November 1950. I got to get that that little bit of a lift there. It's the needle. I should make it a little bit heavier there on the tone arm. But that is a Nancy Reed that came in there. That's Jimmy Ricks and Nancy Reed. Oh Babe is the name of the tune. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Hope you're digging on the tunes here. Let's move into well, actually we are in the year let's move into 1951. And on the last 78's show, a couple weeks, actually it was that Friday, I think. I played an old request for listener Butch Ford and also for Chris Reed, the Four Buddies. The Four Buddies out of Baltimore, Maryland. Their second release on the Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records called Sweet Slumber. I didn't have it on a 45. I thought I did. I did not. And it featured Larry Harrison on lead. I think you, Joe Shacatano, excuse me, requested the flip side of this a long time ago. So you're going to have to mark this off your list, Joe. And so we'll send it out to Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat room. Again, with Larry Harrison on lead. It's not in the greatest shape, but I have it no other way, at least not yet. February 51, the Four Buddies on Savoy Records. It's called Don't Leave Me Now. This is for Joe Shacatano.
Don't leave me now. I've something to tell you. I want you to know that I love you so. I love you so. Yes, I broke your heart, but believe me, I love you from the start. But I just didn't know, I just didn't know. If you go away and leave me, it'll break my heart, I know it will grieve me. But if you stay, please believe me, I'll make you happy as can be. Don't leave me now that I've told you, I want you to know that I love you so, that I love you so. If you go away and leave me, it'll break my heart, I know it will grieve me. But if you stay, please believe me, I'll make you happy as can be. Oh, don't leave me now that I've told you, I want you to know that I love you so, that I love you so, that I love you so.
So Sorry for the condition on that. That is subpar for your host, Johnny G, but never got a chance to get the 45. I mean, I would. I looked in the collection. It wasn't there. But I would buy it if I see it. Maybe that originally came out on the 78, and then Lubinsky put a lot of his records out later on 45. But those are the four buddies there. Larry Harrison on lead, February 51. On the Savoy record label out of Newark, New Jersey. That's for listener Joe Shacatano, Don't Leave Me Now. Let us continue here with another flip side from a couple weeks ago. I featured 3 Dots and a Dash. Now, the group consisted of Jesse Belvin. Undine? I think that's how you pronounce it. Undine. Undine Harris, Jimmy Huff, Richard Lewis, and Marvin Phillips. I featured the B-side of their second release on the Imperial record label. It was called I'll Never Love Again, but this was the intended A-side. It's a jump. It's with Big J McNeely and his orchestra. Let's go to November of 51 for 3 Dots and a Dash on the Imperial record label. The song is called Let's Do It.
Let's do it, do the Dickens hop, let's do it, do the Dickens hop when you start it. You won't wanna stop, 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 let's do it, do the Dickens hop, let's do it, do the Dickens hop when you start it. You won't wanna stop, 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 stop. You do it once, you do it twice, you do it 3 times and you do it nice. You wiggle fast, you wiggle slow, then you turn and listen to the deacon blow. Let's do it, do the deacon's hop, let's do it, do the deacon's hop when you start it. You won't wanna stop, 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 no. Deacon's hop, deacon's hop, deacon's hop, deacon's hop, no. Deacon's hop, deacon's hop, deacon's hop, deacon's hop, blow, J, blow, blow, J, blow, blow, J, blow, 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 blow. Deacon's hop, deacon's hop, deacon's hop, deacon's hop, blow, deacon's hop, blow, J, blow. You do it once, you do it twice, you do it 3 times and you do it nice. You wiggle fast, you wiggle slow, then you turn and listen to the deacon blow. Let's do it, do the deacon's hop, let's do it, do the deacon's hop when you start it. You won't wanna stop, 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 stop.
That's November 1951 release there for 3 Dots and a Dash. That's on the Imperial record label. That's their second release on Imperial. Let's Do It is the name of the tune. Their first release features Jesse Belvin on lead. I have that on a 45. It ain't the greatest shape, but I do have the 45 on that. Let's stay in 1951 here. This is a flip side of a big R&B hit as done by the Dominoes, their third release for Sid Nathan's Federal record label, a song called 60 Minute Man. With a bass lead of Bill Brown. The flip side's an excellent ballad. It features the great Clyde McPhatter on lead. Actually, this was the intended A side of the 45. This has the A on the side. The flip side has double A's. This is from March 51. The Dominoes on the Federal record label. It's called I Can't Escape From You. Clyde McPhatter on lead.
Tell me why do I love you? the way I do. Although you don't want me, I can't escape from you. Like a leaf in a windstorm, a prisoner too. I'm bound by my heartstrings. I can't escape from you. Would I still aware till there come a day my heart is free to go. I'll tell you no lie, I doubt if I try, because I love you so. Can't you see what you're doing? Don't say we'll do, because I love you dearly. I can't escape from you.
Would I still wait if there comes a day my heart is free to go? Well, I tell you no lie, I doubt if I'll ever try, because I need you so.
Can't you see what you're doing? Don't say we're through,
I love you so,
because I love you dearly.
fill of my heart.
I can't escape from you.
I was going to say B-side, but I can't say B-side. That is the intended A-side there. Those are the Dominoes. That's a Clyde McFadderon lead March 1951 release on Sid Nathan's Gold Top Federal on that one there. I Can't Escape From You. That's the flip side of, excuse me, 60-Minute Man. And that's 78 in a trade with Glenn Fousel for the 3 Beatle LPs. 3 Beatle LPs and a little bit of cash for some pretty nice R&B group harmony 78's there. We got one more in the year 1951. It's a flip side request for Mark Langdale in Australia. I featured the debut single a couple weeks ago by this singer from Newark, New Jersey on a Newark, New Jersey label, Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records. She was crippled since birth, but she had a tremendous voice. Played the A-side of this called Please Come Back to Me. But Mark asked if I could play the flip side. So by request for Mark Langdale, it's her first of 12 on Savoy Records from October 51. Miss Veretta Dillard. Veretta Dillard on Savoy Records. It's called Love and Wine. This is for Mark in Australia.
I wanna hold my man, but he stays drunk all the time. Yes, I wanna hold my man, but he stays drunk all the time. If he don't stop drinking, he'll ruin this life of mine. He never touches whiskey, he never touches rye. He'll just hug that wine till the day he dies. Yes, I wanna hold my man, but he stays he don't stop drinking, he'll ruin this life of mine. Well, I work like a dog to hold that man of mine, but the only thing he holds is a big fat jug of wine. I've got a good man, my landlady's proud of him. She's in my house so often, I believe she's moving in. Well, Flo, get it now. Up the door, she asked for her rent, but he's on the floor. He says he's got no loot, but she can have some wine. Then she puts me out, and they have a good time. I love my man, yes, my landlady says he's fine. He keeps drinking to her health, but Lord, he's ruining mine.
Yeah, when the 78's are mint, they sound really nice. That's how that Four Buddies should have played. But listen, I'm lucky I had that record, though. But anyway, there you go. That's going out to Mark Langdale in Australia. Great sound of Veretta Dillard there. Big voice for a little gal there. October 1951, her the B-side to her debut single on Savoy Records. Love and Wine is the name of the tune. I like some wine from time to time. I'm not really a wine drinker. I have the Bards. You know this song by the Bards on Dawn, A Wine Drinker, which is really cool. I should play that. It's a good song to play at the beginning of a show. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Thursday. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'll be back Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time with all your requests, so you can send me your requests at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact for your host, disc jockey. Let us continue here. And this next singer, he's born in Memphis, Tennessee. He actually had his own radio show on WDIA in Memphis when he was 16 years old. First recording for the RPM record label. Had a big hit, number 2 hit with a song called Just a Little Bit in 1959 on VJ Records. But here's his 4th release for the Bahari Brothers RPM record label. It's a song he wrote. Let's go to August of 1952. Also recorded for Duke Records too. Recorded on a bunch of labels, and he's got some great records in the 1960s too. A Girl to Love, I think, is one that's really good. I have to play on my soul show. But here he is back in August of 52, Mr. Roscoe Gordon. Roscoe Gordon on RPM Records. It's called What You Got. Is that the right wording here? Yes. Okay. What You Got on Your Mind. Roscoe Gordon.
Watch that pretty baby, what you got on your mind? Watch that pretty baby, what you got on your mind? You want to give me no love and keep me worried all the time. If you don't love me, baby, don't you dog me round. If you don't love me, baby, don't you dog me round. I'll be here, baby, when your man can't be found. Well, we rock, baby, rock. Well, we rock, baby, rock. We rock, rock all night long.
I got to send that one out to the UK listeners. So Indrajit Advani, do they dance to that one there in those clubs over in Europe there? That's a great tune for Roscoe Gordon. Roscoe Gordon, a song he wrote from August 52 on the RPM record label, What You Got on Your Mind. They play much better than the 45s, because that is on a 45. Let us continue here. We move into 1953. This is a flip side from a couple weeks ago. I featured the sixth release for this group on Sid Nathan's Federal record label, the group known as the Royals, their version of the Shrine of Saint Cecilia. That featured Charles Sutton on lead, and eventually Hank Ballard would become the lead singer for the group. And this is the flip side of the 45. It's a song that he wrote, and he is doing lead on this. Let's go to March of 53 for the Royals on Federal Records. It's called I Feel So Blue. The Royals.
You know I love you, you know I care. Since you've been gone, haven't been nowhere, just laying around, watching the sun go down. Oh, and feeling blue, I feel so blue. It seems so wrong for you to leave me. I was good to you. How can it be? Darling, you're gone, can barely go on. Oh, feeling blue, I feel so blue. Oh, baby, how could you be, my dear, so unkind, darling, so unkind. You ran away with that love I thought was mine. Oh, I thought was mine. How many times have I said before I lose you, I'd rather be dead. Now is the time before I lose my mind. Oh, feeling blue, I feel so blue. I feel so blue.
There you go. That is Hank Ballard on lead there with the Royals. Let me did I print these pages out right? Let me hold on, folks. Just getting my things in order here. There you go. That is March 1953. That's the sixth release on the Federal record banner there for the Royals. That's Hank Ballard on lead there. Great, cool tune. I like that record a lot. I Feel So Blue is the name of the tune. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Let us continue here. We are in the year 1953. Let's go to Chicago now to Art Sheridan's Chance record label. Played the flip side of this a couple weeks ago featured The Bounce with Gerald Gregory on lead. We're going to flip it over here, give a listen. I think this is the A side of the 45, or it became the A side of the record, from June of 1953. Pookie Hudson on lead. I remember hearing this probably actually, I think it was on one of the compilation albums that my aunt had. I just don't remember which one, but it was a big R&B hit for the group. I think number 10 on the Billboard R&B chart. June 1953, Pookie Hudson and the Spaniels first came out on VJ Records, and Chance picked it up for national distribution. The Spaniels with Baby, It's You.
Baby, I need you so. I'll never let you go, 'cause I love you so. Oh, baby, I want you here with me. It's you I love, you see. Your love I crave to be. Baby, when you kiss me, baby, oh, you make me feel so good. Well, I know I love you, baby, baby, 'cause I should. Well, come back, baby, and let your daddy know you would. Oh, baby, I love you so. I'll never let you go, 'cause I need you so. Baby, when you kiss me, baby, oh, you make me feel so good. Baby, well, I know I love you, baby, baby, 'cause I should. Well, come on back, baby, let your daddy know you would, baby, baby.
I guess we got to call that a classic there. Those are the Spaniels. The Spaniels from June 1953. That's on Art Sheridan's Chance record label. Baby, It's You is the name of the tune. That is with Pookie Hudson on lead. And then that is a probably in the top 50 oldies of all time, you have to say, really, for the Spaniels. Johnny G here on a Thursday. We move into the year 1954. Let's go out to the West Coast. I have this on a 45, and it's kind of odd how I got the record, because it was like a three-way deal with Greg Surik and Val Shively, and of course I ended up paying the cash for the record, so I don't know how that worked. I forget what Greg gave up and got and then sold it to me, but I got this on a 45, and it's not in great shape, because I think it was Antrell's record from the start. Well, not the 78, but this was in the box I saw, and it wasn't really in great shape, so I put it with the brush in the sink and washed it. It sounds pretty good for the condition it's in, but it's not an easy record to find. This is on the Bahari Brothers Flair record label, and no one really knows who this group is. Some think it could be the Flairs, but only because they recorded under different names. You know, they used different names when they recorded, like the Hunters or the Five Hearts or the Chimes or the Rams. But this group is called the Whips. What do we find? Let me see. So you got the Hunters, you got the Five Hearts, you got the Chimes, you got the Rams, and now you got the Whips. Where's the chains? I don't see the chains, but it's only a guess. But this is from January 54. Somebody had this record and they played the heck out of it. These are the Whips on the Flair label. It's called Pleading Heart, or Pleading Heart. The Whips.
I'm pleading to you, baby. I'm pleading to you, baby. With all my heart. You know I've loved you from the very start. So please don't go, 'cause I love you so. I'd kill you things that you did not do. I was jealous, 'cause I had been true. So please don't go, 'cause I love you so. We've seen it hard from the very start. Don't let it get up. We've tried so hard. So please don't go. Hey, I love you so. They lied on me, couldn't help myself. They wanted you to have somebody else. So please don't go. Hey, I love you so.
Well, I have to say, Darren, because it looks pretty beat up, but it really plays decent. I got to tell you that it does play decent. January 54 there. Group called The Whips. The Whips on the Flair record label out of California. Pleading Heart is the name of the tune. There you go. That's a rare 78. I keep on saying 45. You know, it's conditioned in my head. That is why. We are in the year 1954. Last couple weeks ago, featured Johnny Ace's his 6th of 10 on Don Robey's Duke record label, a song called Never Let Me Go. And this is, which one is this? Is this his, I don't know which one this was. I did type it in the chat, in the tell Charlene. I'm going to have to check it out, folks. But this is from September 1954. Wait a minute. This isn't right. Hold on a second, folks. Let me go to 45 Cat here, because this is not the right information. I gotta check it out on the live here. Let's see. So this is his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is his 5th release. I played the 6th release at the last show, but this is his 5th release on Don Robey's Duke record label. From not September. Well, let me see what year it's from. Please forgive me. There you go. May 1954. There you go. May 1954. Let's give a listen to Johnny Ace. Johnny Ace from May 54 on the Duke record label. It's called Please Forgive Me. You're going to have to do that for Johnny G.
Please forgive me. I've been wrong all my life. Please forgive me. I just want to do right. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I was wrong. Have mercy, I've been wrong in the past. Yes, bless you, I know your love could not last. Darling, forgive me, please forgive me. I was wrong. I have always loved you so. There's one thing I want you to know. Those miseries that you've had, 'cause I was untrue. Believe me, it hurt me too. My heart is feeling so sad. Please forgive me when there's no more to be said. I'll always love you long after I'm dead. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I was wrong. I was wrong.
There you go. That's a great sound. The late, great, we'll call it, yes, Bill, the late, great Johnny Ace there, his 5th of 10 on Don Robey's Duke record label. That's the song he wrote. Please Forgive Me is the name of the tune. That one issued in September of 1954. Let's go to Detroit, Michigan with a flip side from 2 weeks ago, as we go to Devorah Brown's legendary Fortune record label, and I played the Diablos, Nolan Strong and the Diablos with The Wind. I neglected to say, because I couldn't, I couldn't tell, but Bill O mentioned to me, he says, Johnny, you know, the Wind that you played was an alternate take. And I didn't compare them. You got to really be careful with a lot of the Fortunes. I know their song called You Are has multiple takes that came out, but a lot of times on the 78's there are different takes. I have one coming up on Red Robin. It sounds so different than the 45. But I'm going to play the flip side of The Wind. And I wonder if this is a different take too. It's their second release on the Fortune record label, and this record was re-released multiple times. I think the last time, 1960. So it comes on different variations. I know it comes on the blue label on a 78, but this is a true first press on the purple Fortune label from September 54. This is their second release on the Fortune label. This is Nolan Strong and the Diablos. This is the flip side of The Wind. It's a jump tune. It's called Baby Be Mine. Nolan Strong and the Diablos.
You're mine, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine. Ooh, now, baby, baby, yeah. Oh, you're mine, be mine, you're mine, you're mine. Ooh, now, baby, baby, yeah, you're mine. Well, I don't know why I love you, baby, but I really do.
for a living. I don't know what I'll do.
You mind, you mind, you mind. Ooh, now, baby.
Baby, you mind.
You mind, you mind, you mind, you mind,
Baby.
you mind, oh baby, you're mine.
I wonder if that is a different cut also. I really can't. I need to play them back to back to tell. But anyway, that's Nolan Strong and the Diablos. That's their second release on the Fortune record label, September 1954. Baby Be Mine is the name of the tune. That is the flip side of The Wind by the Diablos. Let's go to Harlem, New York, as we stay in 1954. I actually feel a request for listener Casey Hines, who listens to the program not live because Casey Hines is in Paris and he likes really the early sounds, and he had some nice requests on last Saturday night's program. He requested this tune here. I saw it in the box. I said, well, I'm going to play it. I have played it not too long ago. I forget who requested this. Maybe Gordy Freeman, maybe. But this is the group's second release on High Weiss's Old Town record label. And these are the Solitaires. And this is the one on the 78 with the 1006 and 1007 flip side. So that's like the mistake there. And also, it's spelled wrong, their name, Sola, S-O-L-A, T-A-I-R-S. And it features Herman Curtis on lead, a.k.a. Herman Dunham. So this is by a request for Casey Hines in Paris from June 54, the Solitaires on Old Town. It's called Please Remember My Heart. This is for Casey.
Back and stay. I swim the deepest ocean to be by your side. Well, I'm sorry, Lord, I couldn't try. Please give me one more chance. My heart, remember my heart. Lord, many times I was doubtful. No,
there is. So what happened was this record was taken care of. I mean, was taken care of, but it was played a lot. So therefore, there's a little bit of surface noise there. It could be cleaner, but I don't know. It was in the box that I found there. It just, the label looks really nice, but it was played. But it's not scratchy. But you can hear, and maybe it had something to do with the what do they call it? The oh geez, what is it when the record pulls in? It can pull against the groove. The skate mechanism. Sometimes, you know, if your skate isn't right, the needle can pull against one side of the vinyl, and it kind of will distort it a little bit. But there you go. That's a great sound there. That's going out to Casey Hines in Paris, June '54. The Great Solitaires. That's with Herman Dunham, a.k.a. Herman Curtis, on lead. Please Remember My Heart, High Weiss's Old Town record label. Let's stay in 1954 as we go to New Haven, Connecticut, the debut single for this group on Bobby and Danny Robinson's Red Robin record label, written by the lead singer of the group. His name is Fred Paris. And on the 45s, most of the 45s on the Red Robin play with lots of surface noise. I can't tell you how long it took me to find a copy that played really nice on 45. But the 78, got to reach out to Big Dave Swinger. This is probably a different cut. At least it sounds like it to me. I don't know if maybe because of the clarity of it. I can't tell you, but listen to this song. You tell me if it sounds a little bit different from the 45 version. From June '54, Fred Paris and the Scarlets on Red Robin Records. The song is called Dear One.
I love you so, dear one. Why did you go? Tell me that you love me too. Dear one, never go away. I need you every night, every day. Tell me that you love me too. Oh, why did you go away? I need you night and day. I love you, I need you, I do. Oh, why did you make it end? You know we were more than friends. Please come back to me. Oh, 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 dear one. Now is the time, dear one. Please say you'll be mine. Tell me that you love me too. Oh, why did you make it? We were more than friends. I need you, I love you, I do. Yes, you make it. We were more than friends. I need you forever. Dear one, now is the time. Dear one, please say you'll be mine. Tell me that you love me too. Love me too.
go. That's Fred Paris and the Scarlets. It's on the Red Robin record label from June of '54. Dear One is the name of the tune. There you go. It's on the 78. They said it sounds the same. I think maybe it sounds clearer, possibly. That's why it sounds different to your host, Johnny G, but it is the same. We'll say that. Let's continue. Here we move into 1955. We go out to Los Angeles, California. Actually, this is a request. I'm filling a request for listener Edmund Williams. I didn't see Edmund here in the YouTube chat, so he's probably busy or sleeping. He's got the night shift there over at the ER in Queens, but he requested this great group, recorded for the Bahari Brothers RPM record label. They recorded under two different names, of course, the Cadets and the Jacks. This is their first of 6 on the RPM record label. I might have featured the flip side of this for him, Smack Dab in the Middle, although that is not the flip of this 78. It's My Darling, which is the alternate flip, the second release. Dub Jones on lead for Smack Dab in the Middle. Willie Davis is lead on the flip side here from April '55. Let's give a listen to the Jacks. Willie Davis and the Jacks going out to Edmund Williams on RPM Records and their classic tune. It's called Why Don't You Write Me? This is for Edmund.
Why don't you write me, darling? Send me a letter. Tell me you love me, dear. Make me feel better. I love you. Yes, it's you I adore. You I adore. When I first met you, darling, I realized, and for you, dear, I did have eyes. Please, darling, won't you send me a line? Send me a line. I miss you so each day, although you're gone away. I guess I'll love you more and more. And as the days go by, I sometimes often cry to see your face once more. Counted my blessings, reach for a star. Why don't you write me, dear? Say how you are. I love you, and it's you I adore. I adore. I miss you so each day, although you're gone away. I guess I'll love you more and more. I sometimes often cry to see your face once more. Counted my blessings, reach for a star. Why don't you write me, dear? Say how you are. I love you, and it's you I adore. You I adore. It's you I adore.
April 1955 release there for the Jacks. That's Willie Davis and the Jacks on the RPM record label. That's their first of 6 on RPM. Why don't you write me? It's like, why do I keep the 78? Although, because it plays a lot better than the 45. So, well, you can get a nice playing 45 of this, but the grooves are so close together. I don't even know why I keep these, because I wasn't really in to collect the 78s. I know there's some collectors out there, they only want the 78s. But I would be willing to sell or trade some of these. It's a possibility in the future. But I have so many copies of a lot of these records in varying conditions. But still, there isn't. What is the? I don't know. I'm just saying. I have the records. They sound a lot better on 78's than on 45's. That is the battle. Similar to this next record here. Although I like the record, I got a nice copy on a 45. This girl group from Harlem, New York. They were managed by Zell Sanders, and they had 5 releases on Sol Rabinowitz's Baton Records out of New York City. This was actually a big R&B hit for the group, number 8 on the R&B chart for them. It's with Big Al Sears and the orchestra. The lead singer on this, her name is Joyce West. And then if you listen to the bridge of the song, when they say, "You great big lump of sugar," that is Louise Harris. Anyway, this is from January 55. Let's give a listen to The Hearts. The Hearts on Baton. It's called Lonely Nights.
Sugar, I miss you so much. Please come home. Lonely night, lonely night, lonely night, lonely night. I miss you so, miss you so, miss you so.
Those are the Hearts on Baton Records. That's their first of 5 on Sol Rabinowitz's Baton record label, Lonely Nights from January 55. That's Joyce West on lead for that one. We remain in 1955 with a flip side from a couple weeks ago. This great group from the Bronx, New York, featured the A-side of this called A Come Back My Love, as done by Bobby Mansfield and the Wrens. The flip side is a killer ballad and written by the baritone of the group. His name is Frenchy Concepcion. He's also doing the lead here. Let's go to January 55 for the Wrens on Rama Records. It's called Beggin' for Love, the Wrens.
Well, I'm begging for love. Ooh, I looked around and everything near me, all that I need is someone to cheer me. Who can it be, and what can I do?
if I must go begging for love. Day by day I hear myself saying that you're the one for which I am praying. Who can it be, and what can I do if I must go begging for love? On the night that we parted, our love was meant to be, and now I have started to go on
begging for your love.
Oh, day by day I hear myself saying that you're the one for which I am praying. Who can it be, and what can I do if I must go begging for love? On the night that we parted, our love was meant to be, and now I have started to go on
begging for your love.
Oh, come back to me, I'm sad and so lonely. I want you near to call you my only. Who can it be, and what can I do if I must go begging for love? If I must go begging for love.
Wow, Copyright Police. Copyright Police came out on this record. It's amazing. Why would it come out on that record? I will never know. There you go. That's the Wrens there. That's Frenchy Concepcion on lead, January 1955 on the Rama record label. That's the flip side of Come Back My Love. Begging for Love is the name of the tune. Of course, he would later on become the lead singer of the Travelers that recorded for the Atlas record label. He changed his name to Frank Lopez. I've featured him here on the program. Let us move into 1956 now. You know this group from Washington, D.C., and this is their 15th release, 15 of 22 on the Atlantic record label. The A side of this, a song called Devil or Angel, but we're going to play the flip side, the Jump flip side. A tune written by, is that right? Yeah, Titus Turner wrote this flip side here. It features John Buddy Bailey on lead. This is this is from January 56. These are the Clovers. The Clovers on Atlantic, the flip side of Devil or Angel. It's called Hey Doll Baby, the Clovers.
Choop, 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 choo-wop, choop, 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 choo-wop. Hey, doll baby, can we have a little talk together? I want to tell you all about my troubles. What you been doing since your man's been gone? Tell me how you feel since your man's back home. Hey, doll baby, listen to me. Hey, doll baby, who's cold hanging in my closet? I can't remember when I bought it. Tell me that your brother was here today. I don't want to take it no other way. Hey, doll baby, listen to me. I'm the same man that made you, that's why I'll never trade you. Walking around here looking so fine, you're just about to make me lose my mind. Hey, doll baby, are you ready for some love and kissing? How many have I listen. It ain't been long, but I've been blue. I just wanna have a talk with you. Hey, dog, baby, listen to me. Hey, dog, baby. Hey, dog, baby. Hey, dog, baby. Hey. Hey. Ooh, wah, ooh, wah, ooh, wah, ooh, wah. I'm the same man that made you. Well, that's why I'll never trade you. I walk around here looking so fine. You just about to make me lose my mind. Hey, now baby, make up your mind for love's sake. We don't have no time for mistakes. Roll back the rug and nail up the door. I ain't gonna leave you never no more. Hey, now baby, listen to me. Hey, now baby. Hey, now baby. Hey, now baby. Hey. Hey. Hey, now baby, listen to me.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show on a 78, sounding so good. Out of 78 there, those are the Clovers. John Buddy Bailey on lead. That's from January 56, the flip side of Devil or Angel. Hey Doll Baby is the name of the tune. That one there on the Atlantic record label. Let's go back to Harlem, New York, to Jerry Blaine's Josie record label this time. And for the sound of the Cadillacs, this is a B-side. The A-side of this 45 is a song called Zoom, a great two-sided 45. And this is an excellent ballad. It features Earl Carroll on lead. It's their sixth release on the Josie record label from March 56. Let's give a listen to the Cadillacs. The Cadillacs on Josie Records. And the ballad side, it's called You Are.
You are so much to me. You are so very close to me. You are the soul deep in my heart. You are the girl I love. You are my enemy. You are, and yet my ecstasy. You are the flame deep in my heart. You are the girl for me. I've tried in vain with someone new to take the place of you. I live to learn there can never be anybody like you are to me. You are my only loss. You are, and yet my only gain would be just the way you are to me. You are.
That sounds really good on a 78, I have to tell you that. Esther Navarro, I think she wrote that tune. Did she? Yes, she did. She wrote that tune. They were Esther Navarro, the manager of the Cadillacs there. That is a great Earl Carroll on lead the Cadillacs from March, excuse me, 1956. Jerry Blaine's Josie record label. That's the flip side of Zoom, a song entitled You Are. You are listening to Johnny G's Vinyl Treasure Show. It's a Thursday afternoon. I'm playing 78's. We do this every couple of weeks. Don't know if I'll be back on the 4th. It's either going to be the 4th of July or the 5th of July, which would be that Friday again. I'll just move it there. I'll see what some of the listeners say. I'll talk to them, see what the best thing is to do, because they might be out with their family and whatnot on the 4th of July. Don't know who's going to be here, so I may be busy. But anyway, either way, we'll be on that Thursday or Friday. But let's continue. In the year 1956, we go to Chicago now for the Terry record label. Now, this label would eventually evolve into Argo Records. Now, this Terry, named after Leonard Chess's son. His name was Marshall, and his brother Phil, his son was called Terry. Hence, they came up with the Terry record label. And, of course, this would later become Argo. It had to change it to Argo because of bandleader Ralph Martire. He kind of objected about this, even though it wasn't spelled the same way. So he threatened to sue, and they ended up changing the label name to Argo Records. That's what happened with this. And I think after the second single on the label. But this group is called the Daps with one P. And I don't know much about the group here, but it's from February 56. I really like both sides of this 78. But this is the up-tempo side. Let's give a listen to the Daps on the Terry record label from February 56. It's called Down and Out. The Daps.
Well, I'm down and out, I just can't help myself. Well, I'm down and out, I just can't help myself. When I look for my baby, I don't need nobody else. Well, I'm sad and blue and I don't know what to do. Yes, I'm sad and blue and I don't know what to do. I know what's wrong, baby, I need you. I'm down and out and I just can't help myself. Yes, I'm down and out and I just can't help myself. When I look for my baby, I don't need nobody else. Well, I'm sad and blue and I don't know what to do. Well, I'm sad and blue and I don't know what to do. I know what's wrong, baby, I need you.
That's classic sound of Chicago there by the Daps. February 1956 on the Terry record label. Down and Out is the name of the tune. Hopefully Johnny G not making you down and out. You got to be peppy here. Is what on this hot day. It's 94 degrees here in Westchester County, New York. That's pretty hot out there. So we're in the up here in the broadcasting up here in the attic and the air conditioning here in the Johnny G studios as we continue here. We are in the year 1956, and let's go to actually I'm sorry, messed up here. We go out to the West Coast to the Bahari Brothers RPM record label for the Teen Queens. Now, you know, I was looking for a clean copy of Eddie My Love, which I do like, by the way, and a 45 that my aunt had in her collection, but I broke that record, and I've got copies of it somewhere here. But anyway, let's go to, this is the follow-up to Eddie My Love, as done by two sisters. They were Betty and and Rose Collins, of course. Their brother, Aaron Collins, was a member of the Jack Slash Cadets. But this is the follow-up to Eddie My Love from April 56, the Teen Queens on RPM Records. It's called So All Alone, the Teen Queens.
Are dark and days are dreary, darling, that's when I need you near me. Please hurry, darling, I'm so all alone. I need your arms, without your love I can't feel right. Please hurry, darling, I'm so all alone. I've had no kissing, baby, without your love I can't be right. Please hurry, darling, I'm so all alone. I've had no kissing, baby, since we've been apart. I need you, oh how I need you to ease my aching heart. I need your arms to hold me tight. Without your love I can't be right. Please hurry, darling, I'm so all alone. So all alone.
That is a follow-up to Eddie My Love. Those are the Teen Queens. That's Betty and Rose Collins there, April 1956, their second release on the RPM record label. So All Alone is the name of the tune. Well, you're not alone here on a Thursday afternoon as we continue here with the Vinyl Treasure Show. One more record out of 1956. We go to Cincinnati, Ohio, to Sid Nathan's Deluxe record label, the group also out of Cincinnati, Ohio. They are Otis Williams and his Charms. I got to look at the label here because they got so many different variations. So Otis Williams and His Charms. This is their 19th release for Deluxe Records, and it's from May of '56. Great two-sided 45, and this is called It's All. It's a good closer, but it's not the closer yet. We still got 3 more records to go. Otis Williams and His Charms on Deluxe Records. The song is called It's All Over from May 1956.
It's all over. I played a losing game. Better off without you. Don't wanna hear your name. Well, it's all over. There's nothing more you can do. Tired of all the heartaches. I want no part of you. When we met, I trusted you, believed you to be true. Then I find you're the lying kind. Can't waste my time with you. It's all over. There are no tears in my eyes. Found myself in new love. Good luck to you and goodbye. When we met, I trusted you, believed you to be true. Then I find you're the lying kind. Can't waste my time with you. It's all over. No more tears in my eyes. Found myself a new love. Good luck to you and goodbye. Well, well, now, good luck to you and goodbye.
Those, that's Otis Williams. Otis Williams and His Charms from May 1956 on Sid Nathan's Deluxe record label. It's All Over is the name of the tune. That's their 19th release on the Deluxe record label. Not quite over yet. I got 3 more records to play here. And we move into 1957. This group originally from Los Angeles, California. And, of course, they first recorded for Sid Nathan's Federal record label, but it was Buck Ram. Buck Ram that brought them over to the Mercury record label along with the Penguins at the same time. And Mercury didn't want to take them. They said, you know, we don't know about this. All right, we'll take this group. We'll see. Maybe they'll get some airplay. We'll see. But boy, you know, sometimes hindsight is 20/20, but they did the right thing, of course. But they had a number of big hits on the Mercury record label, and this is their this is their 9th release for the Mercury label? I don't know about that. We'll check. Probably it. I don't know. I'll have to check. I told Charlene to copy some things in for me, so I haven't had a chance really to check them. But anyway, it features Tony Williams on lead. I don't play a lot of the platters on the show. I probably should play more, but I got to be careful with the hits here. Like the copyright police are out there. Tell me why. So they're probably going to be out with this song, but it's from August 57. It's Tony Williams on lead. These are the platters on the Mercury label on a 78. It's called Only Because. The Platters.
Only because you're gentle, only because you're sweet, I grow so sentimental anytime that how my heart keeps smiling only when you're around. The others may bring me excitement, it's just for a day. I know now for sure what that night meant. Our love is here to stay, only because you guide me. I give my heart to you. Heaven is here beside me, only because of you. Others may bring me excitement, it's just for a day. I know now for sure what that night meant. Our love is here to stay, only because you guide me. I give my heart to you. Heaven is here beside me, only because of you. Because of you.
Yeah, Sound of the Platters here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's a Tony Williams on lead, August 1957 release on the Mercury record banner, Only Because. Yes. Yeah, well, Darren, they did record Only You for, I don't know what, I got to check the year, but Federal did release that later on. It's nowhere near as good as the one they did on the Mercury record label, I have to say. Of course, they were much more polished by the time they got over to the Mercury record label. But anyway, 2 more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. This group from Pasadena, California. I was really happy when I found this 78 out in the wild for 10 cents. You really can't go wrong for finding these records out in the wild. Sometimes you got to worry about condition. But I didn't know anything about this record at the time. It was probably sometime, 1972 or something. I was in high school when I found this 45. Actually, I was a freshman in high school. Yes, I was. This is from January 57. This is actually a cover song. This was first done by the Youngsters on the Empire record label. Then it was recorded by this group called the Squires. I think this is the same group that recorded for Vita or Kicks and then Vita Records. This is on Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin record label. It features Lee Goudeau on lead. From January 57, these are the Squires with their rendition of the tune Dreamy Eyes.
Dreamy eyes, who are you dreaming of? Dreamy eyes, who do you really love? Who holds the key to your heart? Tell me who do you yearn to kiss? Open up your heart, don't torture me like this. Your dreams will drive us apart. Your lonely lips cry for love. You live and you die for love. But to my open eyes, lips that excite the fire of love deep inside. Dreamy eyes, I need you desperately. Dreamy eyes, you're in ecstasy. If you were dreaming of me, dreamy eyes, dreamy eyes, dreamy eyes.
Is Johnny G getting caught here at the end of the program there? Well, I like that record. I was a freshman in high school when I first found it. I was at the Yonkers Raceway Flea Market. My Aunt Mary would take me there before I had my 71 Chevy Impala. And because I didn't get that till I was a senior in high school. I had a rusted out trunk. I got $500. Well, I took $500 of my graduation money from the big I had a graduation party. I had a big graduation party both from when I was in high school and when I graduated from Pace University in 1980. I had a big bash back here in the backyard. But I found that at the flea market. I was thrilled. There were a bunch of they weren't in the greatest of shape, but still I didn't know anything about the music. Only what I knew from what my aunt had on the compilation albums or anything that I could hear on the radio. And again, I was young, learning from there were a lot of radio shows that were playing the records. And even back then, nobody knew there was no internet, so it's not like you knew anything about these groups. It was whatever, the Whitburn book had, or any, then there were books and price guides and whatnot that came out about the groups. And then and there were still back then, a lot of the members were alive back then in the 1970s. But I was just looking for records to find, and that was a great record for me to find, a great two-sided, I keep on saying 45. That's because I'm so used to it, because I rarely played the 78's. You're getting a lot of 78's out of my collection. So I hope you enjoyed the show this afternoon here with the 78's out of my collection. I got more things I'll go through. Let me see. I got some early sides. I know many of you like the early sides. A lot of you like the latter sides like this, but it's not like a lot of the rare. Well, I have everything on. Well, most of the things on 45. Not everything, though, came out on a 45, so that's why I stuck with the 45s. But there's stuff that I have only on 78 that I'm trying to feature, but these sound great. I have to say this next one's going to sound great, too, because that's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining me here this afternoon. Again, if you have a request, not so much for this show, but if I find it, I'll play it. But it's for Saturday's show and also for the Wednesday show. If you have your request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact. This should be up momentarily up on YouTube. But I'll be back, like I said, in 2 weeks. So it's either going to be the 3rd or the 4th of July. One of the the 4th or the 5th of July, as I lose my mind. But anyway, so thank you all for tuning in. Our closer tonight, this afternoon, is a record that's as old as your host, Johnny G. Actually, this is a little bit older because I was born in September 58. This record came out in August 58. And this is actually a cover song. This was first done by the Slades on the Domino label. So I wonder if that's on a 78. Probably is. But then it was picked up by, Tender Records. Originally this came out on Tender Records, this group called The Shields. And this features Frankie Irvin on lead. Was a big hit for the group when it came out on Dot Records. Everybody owned this record. It was funny because when my aunt lived on the upstairs apartment my grandmother owned the apartment building, and people down in the people down in the other apartments were playing the song. I thought it was pretty interesting. I said, Mary, who's playing the record downstairs? They have this record, so I would hear it. It was a time when they didn't, there was a time where people didn't lock their doors, because my grandmother's door was never locked. It was back in the 50s and the 60s. The dog used to sit on top of the stairs and look down. You had to walk up these stairs, but they never locked the doors. But anyway, I remember this record very vividly in my mind because my aunt used to play it all the time, and I still have I treasure her trashed copy. I will always treasure it. But our closer today is by the Shields, and I love the floating tenor in the background, and that's Jesse Belvin on this. Our closer this afternoon, the Shields. I'm featuring it on Tender, not distributed by Dot. Tender Records. It's called You Cheated. That's going to do it, folks. Thank you, Charlene, for your help this afternoon on the program. Thank you all for being here. Again, if you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be back on Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time with all your requests and dedications, so stay tuned for that. If not, I'll see you next week here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long. These are the Shields with You Cheated on a 78.
You cheated, you lied, you said that you loved me. You cheated, you lied, you said that you want me. Oh, what can I do but just keep on loving you? Love is something you know nothing about. Love is something you can't know about. So please try to love me. Love me like I love you. Oh, please try to love me. Love me like I love you. You cheated, you lied, you said that you want me. You cheated, you